Hey loves, it's your girl DeeDee and welcome back to the channel. Thank y'all so much for tuning in once again. So I'm back with another reaction for you guys. Now this is a bit different. You know, I tend to cover Candace Owens here and there, but I thought this interview that she did with Don Lemon was very interesting to say the least. And I wanted to give my take on it. And I also want to get your thoughts on this particular video. I want to hear your thoughts on this. So make sure you comment on this video, share the video, like the video, you guys. If you have not subscribed to the channel and you like the content, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. It is free to subscribe.
Donations.
Also hit that notification bell to be notified when I upload new videos or go live. So make sure you guys go ahead and do that. But I'm gonna stop talking. Let's go ahead and get into the video clip. Here we go.
Here's something interesting that we may have some common ground on, okay? But what do you think about same-sex marriage?
It's a sin.
You think it's a sin? So you think I'm sinful?
Are you driving way less than you used to? Do you have a clean driving record? Are you over 25? Do you...
What's that?
You think I'm sinful because I'm married to a man?
Yeah.
You do?
Yes, you're sinning. You are in a sinful relationship. I actually don't believe marriage can be between two men. So I don't.
But you understand though, Candace, and maybe we're not going to agree on this now. I thought we would. Do you understand though that the same Bible verses and the same scriptures that are used to call same-sex marriage sinful are used to call interracial marriage sinful as well? And so there are people who would say that you are in a sinful marriage.
Now, before she answers that, have you guys ever heard of that? Because I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk about that. I don't know all of the scriptures in the Bible, but I don't recall that one in the Bible. Let me know if you guys have heard it. Let me know your thoughts on that. But let's get Candace's response. Here we go.
Tell me which verse it is that would make people say.
The thing is that it's actually not there, and that people twist the Bible verses. That's my whole point. Thank you for proving that, because it doesn't say that, and it's actually, you're going to say Leviticus or whatever. It's not actually what Leviticus says. But go on. I don't want to get into specifics about the Bible, but that's not what the Bible says. It's just people using and interpreting scripture in a way that they want to interpret it. So look. You can believe whatever.
Once again, I know that people do interpret the Bible the way they want to. A lot of people use the Bible to fit their narrative. They take the scriptures and they twist it to fit what they want to believe. It doesn't mean that it actually means what they think. A lot of people do that. A scripture in the Bible, from what he just said, is saying that interracial relationships are sinful. He just clarified that it doesn't say that in the Bible, but people take and twist it to fit a narrative by saying that, oh, interracial relationships are sinful. Once again, I'm trying to figure out his point, because she basically said she don't believe, she answered this question very clearly, might I add, that she doesn't believe in same-sex marriage or relationships. She thinks it's a sin. She told that boldly to his face, that that's what she thinks, and she has a right to think the way she wants, just like he has a right to think and believe what he wants. That's just that. But let's continue.
Where you want to believe. I don't believe that I'm in a sinful marriage, but there are people who believe, Candace Owens, that you are in a sinful marriage because you are in an interracial marriage. And I say that as someone who is in an interracial marriage, so I am doubly sinful.
Yeah, I've never heard anybody make a biblical argument against people being married that are black and white. So that's why I said, can you just tell me what verse that was? Sodomy is obviously a sin, but I've never heard a biblical argument. I'm happy to learn. I honestly, I'm happy to learn.
Sodomy is not just for gay sex, right? You know that, right? Sodomy.
Right, but she didn't say that. She didn't say it was just for, gay couples. She said sodomy in general is a sin, whether it's between heterosexual couples or gay couples. She just said she believes it's a sin according to the Bible, which the Bible does speak of that. Let's continue.
Yeah, it's a sin always, by the way.
Yeah, it's a sin between, it can be a sin between heterosexuals as well.
Yes, that's correct.
So, okay, but you've never heard that interracial marriage was sinful?
I've never heard somebody make a biblical argument for interracial. I've never, and that's why I'm saying if you could present that to me, and you maybe you're familiar with what verse that was.
But actually, it's not a biblical argument. It's also a religious argument as well, more so than anything, that you're in a sinful marriage and that black and white people should not be married.
I mean, I'm obviously very aware that people could think that ideologically, but I've never heard that biblical argument made ever in my life. And I'm happy to be proven wrong here, but I think you maybe made that up on the spot there.
So by saying
She said, you probably made that. You made that up on the spot, Ty. Come on now. Why you playing? Of course, we know that some people don't agree with interracial relationships, mixing the races, as they would call it. We understand that a lot of people don't agree with that, you should stick to your race. But as a biblical argument, no, I've never heard that either. I don't know if he's just, trying to bring up something else or moving the goalpost, but I think the focus should be on the question that he asked her. She answered that, and then it's like he's trying to move it to moving the goalpost. I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but she answered it very quickly. She didn't shy away from it, and I think that might have been a shock to him in the sense how she answered it so quickly and easily. And maybe he thought, that she would not say that and agree with him on his stance. Very interesting, but let's continue.
Saying that, no, I didn't actually, but by saying that you believe that I'm in a sinful marriage, does that mean though that I should be discriminated against?
No, I've never called for
So
discrimination.
you believe in the
People sin.
separation of church and state then?
Heterosexual couples can sin as well. I mean, I hope that you deal with that. I want you to be Christian and to understand why it is that sodomy is a sin and what else it yields in society. I believe that marriage is between a man and a woman.
Yeah.
But
that doesn't mean that you believe that I should be discriminated against. I don't
believe
I should be able to have, under the Constitution, you believe that I have the same rights as you and other heterosexuals, and that my marriage is just as valid under the Constitution as anybody.
See, now this is interesting. And she's not saying that. Whatever choices you choose to make, you have the right to choose. You have free will to choose what it is you want to do in your life. I don't think anybody's saying take away your choices or take away your right to choose what it is you want to do and how you want to live your life. And that don't mean that because a person has a certain belief that they're saying your rights should be taken away. It's just that's their personal belief. If you ask a question and a person answers you, she answered it very clearly and plainly what she believes. It doesn't mean that she wish harm on anybody else or wish, that you have a horrible life or you don't believe that people should have rights. That's just her belief for her life. That's how I see it. I think that people should have the right to choose what it is they want to do. And just because we don't agree don't mean that I'm trying to take certain liberties or things away from you because that's how you want to live your life. That's just, I may choose to live my life differently. But we have differences of opinions and we don't all agree on everything. So we choose according to what we believe in and what we think is best for our lives. I don't understand why he's trying to it's almost like he's trying to push another narrative on her to try to spin it in such a way to make it seem like she doesn't like a certain thing. I don't have to agree with you. I don't have to believe what you believe. And I don't have to discriminate against you or dislike your choices. I just won't choose those for myself. Get what I'm saying? And I don't know why people feel or think that just because you don't agree with them or you have a different belief system that you either hating on them or you don't want to see them do well. It's just insanity. We all have free will to believe and do what it is that we want to do or what we think is best for our lives, or we have certain, people have certain religions that they want to practice, or, whatever it is they choose to do, that's your choice. It doesn't mean that, they're wishing evil on you or want to see, you know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make any sense to me, but let's continue.
Else is included.
Well, I believe that the problem became, that gets into a deeper theological discussion, but the government should have never taken marriage away from the church. It should have been something that was maintained as a church practice. And so a lot of things happened there when the government took over and began marrying people, because then the arguments became, well, you get a tax break if you're married, and that is a way longer discussion that we can have on a different day. But to answer your question, I would never want any person based on their sins to ever be discriminated against, ever. I mean, I don't believe in discrimination. I don't believe that people should be treated differently. I think people should get help, and like we were just talking about with trans indoctrination, I believe that's a mental illness and people should seek help. But I don't believe that they should be discriminated against. I would never be okay with that. Okay. I mean, I have people that are, gay and lesbians in my life. I have cousins who are lesbians, so it's not, I don't have hatred in my heart.
You have Jewish friends? You have gay friends?
You're trying to be funny.
Do you have gay friends? I want to know.
Yes, I actually don't have, like, I really kind of feel like I only hang out with my family right now. So I'm a little, I've got 3 kids under 3, so I don't really have friends right now, but yeah, sure.
A lot of people didn't like this interview on Don Lemon's part because they thought that he was prying or pushing too much and he made a fool of himself. That's what a lot of people thought, by asking her, to kind of pry into her answers and all of these things to try to come up with another narrative or something. I don't know what he was trying to do. My thing is this: we just have to respect each other's choices. If you're, Christian and you believe what you believe, your beliefs should be respected. Nobody should be discriminating against anybody. Just because you have difference of opinions or belief systems or whatever doesn't mean that somebody, like I said before, doesn't mean that a person wants to discriminate against you or wish you ill. It shouldn't even be that. It's just, look, you believe what you believe, I believe, respect what I believe, I respect what you believe. And that's just that. It shouldn't be this prying. And unfortunately, in this country, a lot of that is happening. A lot of people are trying to force a narrative on others that otherwise don't believe it. If you want to live a certain lifestyle, feel free to live your lifestyle. As long as, I'm not trying to stop you from living your life and how you want to live it. Don't try to change the way I want to live my life and how I'm living it. Don't try to force something on everybody that otherwise wouldn't agree with it or believe in it. Let the ones who believe in what they believe in do what they want to do. And the others who oppose that or believe in something else, let them live their life and do what they want to do. And that's it. Don't try to force it all on everybody and to kind of conform everybody into this way of life that they really don't believe in. But let's continue.
You don't have gay friends?
Well, I have gay people in my family. So that's the extent of my friendships with gay people.
Are you homophobic? No, seriously, I want to know.
You're such an absurd
I thought you would say,
being.
Of course I have gay friends.
You're just such an absurd human being. First off, the person that you're just an absurd human being. Are you homophobic? I was just like, what does homophobia actually mean? Can you give me a definition of homophobia? If I was homophobic, would I be doing like this show? Do you think I'm like scared? Like I'm like, oh my God, look, there's a gay man. I'm so scared.
No, not at all.
To have a phobia is like to have a phobia. A fear of, you think I fear like 2 gay men that are walking down the street holding hands, and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm so scared. I don't fear anything but God. That's it.
Yeah. Well, I don't think God is to be feared, but anyways, I'm just surprised that you don't have any gay friends, because that, I just am.
Well, why would he be surprised that she doesn't have? Why? This is interesting. And while I'm happy to see Don with his show on here, which I am happy to see him with the show, this interview was quite interesting. It makes me wonder, and y'all let me know y'all thoughts on it, because maybe I'm just tripping, but y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments of this. Was this a little weird to you? Like, it was kind of quirky in a sense, like he's trying to, he's digging for something. It almost felt like he was digging for something or trying to get her to slip up and say the wrong thing or something. I don't know, but listen, I think Candice held her own. She answered the questions. I really think that it was just too blunt for him. I think he wasn't expecting her answer and how she answered it. And from that point on, it was just a little, going a little bit downhill in a sense, like you don't know what else to ask her. I mean, she said it straight up and she wasn't afraid to speak it. And she said how she felt very clearly. And so I don't know, where do you go from there? But let me know what you thought of this interview with Candace Owens and Don Lemon. I want to hear your thoughts on this. What do you think about her response to his question? Do you agree with her or do you disagree? I want to know your thoughts in the comment section. So let me know what you think in the comments, you guys. Comment, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You know what it is. Definitely chime in the comments. I want to hear your thoughts on this one. So thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.